name's Beth from Cambria Nursery Florist, and I'm happy to talk to you today about planting. In fact, this is the best time for planting, really. Fall. We start fall September 22nd, autumn rolls in, and it's a great time to plant. And I thought I would talk to you today particularly about planting avocados, specifically a Hass avocado. What, where, when, and why? Just like you learned all those years ago, and how. First of all, why would you plant a Hass avocado? Between Monterey and San Diego, we produce in the state of California 90% of the nation's avocados. So we are ideal for growing avocados. Now here at Cambria Nursery Florist, we're in a zone 15, 16, depending on where you are in this area. I picked a Hass. It is self-fertile, or self-pollinating, excuse me. And that's something that comes up all the time. You have to have an A and a B. It would be better, but for a home garden, for home use, you really don't. This is an A. An avocado is an A type, meaning really specifically what they're referring to is when the flowers bloom. An A and a B flower at different times. And on the same tree, a male and a female flower at different times. So if you had an A and a B, you could have pollination, which would increase your yield. But for a home garden, you could certainly have just a Hass or a Hass avocado. That's what it's called. So around the late 1870s, avocados were called an alligator pear, and they were just starting to be known in the state of California, and it was the Fuerte that was more popular. As time went on, the 1920s, 1930s, 40s, the Hass became more and more popular. And it was the same time California was having a whole citrus movement and that sort of thing. So Hass avocado is a large tree and produces a great healthy way to enjoy a fat that's a non-saturated fat. So I picked out this tree here. It's a healthy tree. You'd want to come to us because we have knowledgeable staff. You don't want to just buy a tree anywhere, stick it in the ground, and not really know what you're doing. You want to go somewhere that's reputable and has staff that can help you. So this is a healthy tree. There's no sunburn on it. I chose this location because it is here we have to the west, and here we have to the south. In both cases, it's pretty blocked from the wind, and by the time this tree gets large enough, by next year or the year after, I won't have to worry about the leaves burning from the sun and it being blown down by the wind. Now, if you can come up here and take a look in the hole, this is predominantly a heavy clay soil in there, and that's not terrific for avocados. They really want underneath, they don't ever want wet feet. So they want the top to be wet, like imagine the rainforest. They want the top to be wet, and then they want it to dry out. In fact, they're kind of a heavy water plant, but it's certainly worth the trouble to have an avocado. So some of the tools I'll be using today to clear the weeds, I'll use this guy here, hula hoe, and then a shovel. Some people use a spade. There's kind of a thinking today of more of a square hole so that when it comes out of the can, the roots don't continue to go around in circles. I love this guy, and we do sell all these products here. I love this guy because he's easy to manage. He's light for me, and he's easy to manage. And we do sell them right here at Cambria Nursery. Now, I'm not going to use I would normally, in this area, I would use something to prevent for gophers, some kind of gopher bowl guard. But really here at the nursery, we don't have that many gophers, so I'm not really worried about it. I chose to use as my top dressing grow mulch we carry by Kellogg. And then we also carry soil conditioner. I love soil conditioner because for this particular situation, I love it because it has gypsum in it. I'm interested in breaking up that clay soil for better drainage. I've treated my soil and I'm ready to put my avocado in. I take a look at the roots right now just to make sure they're not just going around in circles. And this is a great, healthy tree, not root bound at all. Kind of waking up the roots. Some people use the word teasing the roots, but I'm saying, hey, you're out of the can. Here we go. An important part of planting an avocado is not having it be deep in the hole, right? You want to have it even with the ground level to make sure that it's not sitting in water because of the wet feet. Now this is in a situation here at our gardens that people will look at it. So in this case, I'm going to face the tree in a way that I like to have it look for our guests. So straightening out the trunk. Now I'm not going to push too hard. Yeah, I don't want air pockets, but I certainly don't want to damage these top roots. Seems a little above grade. I'm okay with that because once I water it in and the air pockets leave, I know that this will settle down. I'm going to get some Super Thrive and use it to water this in. I'll put about 2 gallons in to start, and then every couple days I'll water this in the beginning. One of the main reasons people fail with avocados is watering. They don't have them on a consistent watering schedule. So that's one of the main reasons you see failure with an avocado. I poured my Super Thrive in here, and now I'm going to water this in. I might even come back today and give it 2 more gallons to give it that first soak. We talked about why in California. Also, it's a monounsaturated fat. It's great for you. Why not have it in your yard? Now's the time when people are having more time at home and maybe they're feeling a little bit like they want to get food right from their land, right? And I just showed you how. I would like to show you some of the tools that I use and even some reference tools that maybe you might not be aware of. So we'll come on over here and I can show you some of those right now. Now we have our avocado nicely in the ground, planted. I wanted to point out a couple things that helped me prepare for this today. One, the Sunset Western Garden book. What a great book it is. And a lot of people in the West, when they talk about plant zones, they're not talking about the USA plant zones. They're actually talking about the Sunset Western Garden plant zones. So when I said 1615, those were the plant zones I was referring to. I put our book here in the cornucopia because we use it so much and it's filled with bountiful amounts of information, and I wanted to show you how much we use it. It's a great, great book. So before there was a Mr. Google, there was Sunset Western Garden book. I also wanted to point out to you, this is what a Hass avocado looks like. This is a green one. We know it's ripe, the way it filled in here, and then as it gets riper, it will get darker and darker. So this is your Hass avocado ready to eat. Pick them with these. I actually own 2 of these. They're fantastic to use. It catches the fruit and then it protects the fruit by this little piece here, and then you can pull it down. Now this has 2 functions. It's for moisture, but it's also for pH. And your avocados want, the pH scale goes from 0 to 14, and 7 right in the center. You want it towards the acid side a little bit. So this is nice because you can put it in the ground and see if you have a slightly acidic soil, and that's what you're looking for with an avocado. Job's plant food would be a great one. We sell this, of course. And then citrus tree, fruit tree fertilizer 842 by G&B Organics would be another great fertilizer. These are the tools that I used today over here. And I also use Super Thrive, but I opened it so the container's not here. And some of the books, Edibles by Sunset, The Edible Garden, Fruit Trees, and The Joy of Gardening. Thank you. I want to invite you to come in the next 2 weeks and see our pumpkin patch. It's going to be very exciting. Thanks. Bye-bye.